Hey guys, welcome to my 100 sub Q&A. Um, for right now, I just kind of wanted to say thank you to everybody who has supported me and showed me love so far. Just to be honest, this was like, so far it's only, I think I have like 122 subs at the moment of recording this, and just to be honest, my yearly goal was to just hit 100 subs, as conservative as that may be, and such a small amount or whatever. But YouTube was kind of just like an experiment for me at first. I would love to do this, and grow this and become something bigger and whatever as time goes on. But so far the results have been great, more so than I would have ever expected. So I wanted to thank each and every one of you guys that have supported me so far and that have subscribed and left comments and left suggestions and whatnot. I do read every single comment. As of right now, I reply to every comment. Currently, as far as I know, like sometimes YouTube does not show. Sometimes it seems to either lag or something when it shows comments and stuff. So if I don't reply to you, it might be because of either I didn't see it. Hopefully, I try to go through and make sure I see every comment though. So if you may feel like I didn't see your comment, I see every comment, and try to reply to every comment that I can. The recent comments that were on my last video, I said that I would read them off and reply to them. So if you don't see any replies under them, that's basically why. I didn't get a crazy amount, so the idea was kind of just to read them off and just kind of either say something about it or just kind of leave it as a blanket statement, I guess, as is. But I just wanted to say thank you guys for the support and everything, and I'm not going anywhere. I love doing this. I enjoy doing this. I try to improve every time that I do a video. I try to improve over time. Always trying to think of some idea or something like that. I'm not the, like I said, this is kind of like a new thing to me, and I don't really know exactly the direction I'm going. I do know that my primary focus is on the aisle, and it's always kind of hard to struggle through it with a full-time job and whatnot. So if over time I'm trying to keep my consistency up the best that I can. But yes, I wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you guys for supporting me. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get into this, and we'll go ahead and I'll just start from the list that I have. There was a kind of a small conversation between two YouTubers, or not YouTubers, but well, actually, I guess they are technically YouTubers. But the two of you guys kind of had like a small little, I don't know if it was like an argument or whatnot. I'm just gonna read the first comment on it, and the rest of it was kind of between you two, so I'm just gonna kind of leave that there. So if I butcher anybody's name, I apologize in advance. There's a couple names that were kind of hard for me to pronounce. I was kind of like, how do I say this? So I apologize in advance if I butcher your name. I just can't help it. All right. By Da Toast, Suko needs a heavy nerf. In my opinion, I don't think the Suko needs a nerf. I've always kind of looked at it as probably the strongest kind of mid-range creature. I don't know necessarily as, like, if it should be... Like, I've always kind of felt like it shouldn't be weaker than something like the Aloe, for example, because, in reality, the Aloe was the apex of, like, the Jurassic period. But, as for a nerf, no, not necessarily. I would expect that a full-grown Suko would be able to take sub-gigas, because I'm guessing that's what you're meaning to, is the point that I was able to take 3 sub-gigas. They had their opportunity to do it right, and they just didn't. They kind of came at me one at a time, and then the strongest one of the bunch was way less aggressive than the other two, which I did not get the content of the first one attacking me because I didn't expect anything to happen, and Maya was out of the room for a second, so I decided to save on a little memory, and I try not to record longer than an hour at a time when I'm doing it. So I ended up missing that, and then I jumped back in when they calmed down for like a second, and then that was when the black one decided to attack me right after that. All right. By Adam Ponton. You a news reporter? LOL, the stress thing is okay as long as you don't die from it or something in that nature. I don't really know what that's referring to, just to be honest. Maybe, did I sound stressed? I don't know. I'm always kind of stressed when it comes, just life in general is stressed. I don't know if that was referring to me, or it didn't look like it was a comment, to anything else. Yeah, so, I don't really know what that's referring to. If you want, if you see this video, just leave another comment down in there. I'll see it if you're referring to something, and then you can just kind of elaborate what you're talking about. It looks like you were kind of making about a joke or something, I guess something that I mentioned in the video. But no, I guess the stress is just kind of the normal living life type of stress. And from Daniel753, do you plan on doing videos on Path of Titans, which looks similar to the Isle upon release, Saurian, once they're further in development, Beasts of Bermuda, once the game is more developed? What aspect of the game hasn't been introduced yet? Are you looking forward to being added the most? Full aquatic creatures, breath underwater, stress system, point system for increasing stats like speed and damage, flying creatures, tribals, etc. Will you eventually make a Discord for this channel? What one dinosaur, swimming, flying reptile are you looking forward to playing the most that hasn't been released? Do you have any plans for your channel in the future? Wow, this is a really in-depth comment here. I think it's awesome, dude. Just to be honest, it was it's quite a filler there. It's like a bunch of things in one. Feel like you're putting me on the spot with this one long comment here. Well, I did check out Path of Titans, which is not obviously released. I did check it out, and because it looks very similar to the Isle, it looks extremely good. I did put my name on the list for beta testing, so I appreciate that. I did not know anything about it before your comment, so I actually did that, just for the hopes that I'll be able to bring you guys updates. It does say that there is a what is that thing called? R&D? Is that R&D? No, that's whatever that thing is. That the thing where you sign the thing where you sign the paper and you can't. I don't know why I have it on top of my head, but I can't. The thing where I can't show content from it, but I figured that I would be able to give you guys an idea on my opinions on it and stuff like that. And basically, I just want to jump on it. I would like to be able to jump on a game if it looks like something that could be something. And yeah, so I appreciate you bringing that up. I did check it out, and I did put my name on for beta testing. So hopefully that will be a thing. Saurian and Beasts of Bermuda were games that I was already definitely looking into. I will do something for them in the future. I know Saurian has been kind of slow with its development. I've kind of kept up a little bit with it. It's been slow with its development. In Beasts of Bermuda, I don't know quite enough about it, but I have watched other people's content on it, and it does look interesting. It does have a lot more in-depth gameplay and features and stuff than the Isle, but graphically it's less appealing, but I do believe it could be something. I mean, the Isle wasn't very appealing when it first launched as well graphically, so it could definitely be a real competitor in the future. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it, but they are definitely in the lineup for at least something. I definitely will be bringing something from both of those games in the future. And what aspect am I looking forward to? Well, I am looking forward to humans. I just don't. I definitely just don't know how that's going to work out. I do know it can work out, but I've mentioned, me and Maya have had conversations in games where we, especially we've talked a lot about the humans and stuff and how that's going to work out, because there still has to be some sort of balance. And I don't know exactly how that's going to work out. And then, of course, the tribals and stuff like that. A lot of things are very interesting to me. The tribals and whatnot. I think the tribals are going to be extremely interesting. Probably more so to me. I'm more interested in the tribals than the actual mercenaries. Just to be honest. Maybe that's just me, but I'm just a little bit more interested in them. Just a little bit. And creatures and stuff. Flying creatures I can see being interesting. I don't expect anything super strong as a flying creature. But I do kind of want, I do want an all-around kind of ecosystem type of thing. Obviously, aquatic creatures and stuff. Personally, I mean, and things that I would like to look forward to playing. I would really like the, what is that, Is it the Magnoraptor, or is it? I think it's the Magnoraptor. I'm not. Please don't quote me on it. But it's like I don't want to call it the Hyporaptor, but it's basically like the beefed up raptor. That's something I would really love to play. Which as far as I know, there hasn't been any actual content showing it in gameplay, if it's even been developed yet. So that's one thing that I would really like to play. In survival, one thing that I do want to come back is progression. That is one thing that I would really like to see come back. Progression was always my thing when I used to play the Isle years ago. I would really like progression to come back and be able to kind of go through playing as something like a Velo and working my way all the way to an Apex and make like a whole awesome series about it. That would be really great. And the challenge is awesome. Maybe have like a crazy, more advanced, crazy badass, thing where you can kind of start out as something super small and as a baby, and then work your way up as the baby of each creature till you get to a full Apex or something. That'd be pretty cool. But that's the best I can answer for that comment. Hopefully I answered everything in there. And it looks like you left another comment, Daniel, 753. Good interaction. Sub-Giga looks deceptively stronger, while Suko looks deceptively weaker. It's funny to watch Sub-Gigas overestimate how strong they are, which I think is fair due to this how strong their grown adult stage is. Got to make them earn their adult status. Very, very true. That is a very true statement. I've noticed that throughout a lot of times that I've played, a lot of people, especially newer players, underestimate how strong the sub-adult version of Apexes are. And typically, from my own experience, pretty much every mid-range creature at its full adult stage is stronger than any sub-adult, as far as I know. There is some future content on the Suko, because I'm still working on the Suko, but I don't have very much content left for it. But I do have a pretty badass last episode, more likely, because there was a lot that happened in the end of it. So it is finished, at least the recording part of it. I do need to edit it, but there's some stuff that's kind of like that's kind of shows some more of that sub-adults overestimating themselves, because there's more of that. But yeah, that's kind of that does happen a lot. So good statement. Awesome comments, dude. You kind of you kind of like probably consumed like half of this video. But good comments, dude. I love that type of stuff. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And Adam, I hopefully I'm not gonna mess up your name here. Hopefully not. Adam Sereniwaski. I'm sorry if I messed up your name there. Would love to see nesting. Keep the aisle videos, man. Love them. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Like I said, I appreciate the love that you guys give me. And nesting, to be honest, like the video where I did try to do nesting as a galley, that was like my first attempt ever nesting, just to be honest. I just the entire time I've ever played the Isle, I just never had an interest in trying to do nesting. I don't know, just for the burden of trying to nest somebody in and kind of like caring for them. Like I don't have a problem watching people as a juvie, but I don't know, just kind of like the whole burden of it. But I will definitely try to get around to some nesting in the future. Maya is always like my Isle expert, because she's like, you know, she's like my book. She's like my book expert. She like knows everything about the Isle. But yeah, so trust me, she'll be probably pushing me to do some nesting in the future. She was the one that tried to get me to do it in the first place. So, and you also said, by the way, hate to say, but you totally ruined that guy's day. Yes, I did. That guy, from the start, I could tell that guy really did not want to fight. The last Giga, I could tell he was like right at the end of it, and I really ruined that person's day. And if you ever see this video, dude, I'm sorry, it wasn't nothing personal, but the way it was that I felt like after I killed your two buddies, I felt like if you switched to, if you grew to a full adult, I felt like you were going to come right after me. So I just felt like it was something that I had to do. So, all right. And Lee's Gaming, Q&A, how long have you been playing the Isle? I've been playing the Isle for, I want to say between 2 and 3 years. I don't think I've been playing for longer than 3 years. But for definitely more than 2, I played off and on. So I've had stints of where I'd play it regularly for months at a time, and then I would stop for months at a time. And then it was just kind of off and on, because sometimes there was a lot of times in between where they had a lot of bugs that were kind of game breaking, and I just couldn't deal with it at the time. Just like when day and night cycles came in, I stopped playing for a good time. That's one that kind of comes to mind, because basically when nighttime happened, it was just like, it was pitch black. There was nothing. You could not see anything on the ground. There would be a large shadow that would come over, that would kind of go over everything, and then everybody would just have to stop. So you'd have herbivores, carnivores just kind of sitting around making noise and doing nothing, and it was just kind of pointless. It was just like, it basically made every server a chill server until daylight came again. But that's probably one of the worst cases that I can think of. So, but that was I've been playing. I'm trying to remember a time that I basically started playing right around a little bit before the second generation of the Aloe came in, because there's 3 generations of Aloe. So it was still during the first generation of the Aloe, but it was like somewhere shortly before, maybe by a month or 2, give or take, before they went to the second generation of Aloe. All right. And by V10, maybe was the server with rules for food, bodies, and others thinks, I think you broke the rules because I saw the Giga won't fight with that body down. Well, there looked like Maya left a response underneath. Yeah, it was an official US 1, which there was no body rules. So even if there was bodies down, I could still kill anybody. I could still kill the others that were around me. So no rules were broken there. Not in US1. And from Vagny Samuel, they were pretty bad fighters. If all three of them rushed you at the same time, you would have died. Yeah, basically. As I stated before, yeah, they executed that badly. They fought me one on one in a row, basically in a row, and it did it in the most convenient way as well. They made it really convenient for me. So like the first one was the youngest Giga. Was the yellow one. Basically, they came through the trees basically came through the trees, and then the youngest yellow one took off after me. And when I saw the largest one, I thought it was an adult at first. So I just took off running because I was just like, if it was an adult, I thought I was going to get killed. So then as soon as I saw that none of them were adults, I turned around and the yellow one was like right up on me, and then I killed it really easily. And then after that, they were a little more cautious. And then the black one lined up and decided to, do the same thing. And then, of course, well, you guys all saw what happened to the black one and the last one, the largest one, and which, of course, that one didn't want to fight me afterwards. And yeah, so, but yeah, basically they could have beat me. So I definitely agree. But it was their bad execution on the situation. So. And the last one from Jeremiah, which, as you guys all know, that she plays regularly with me, as it is. After seeing the video, I will say it wasn't Depleon's fault. I died. That bigger Dibble just smacked the shit out of me, while Depleon maybe got hit once. Yeah, basically, yeah, me and her kind of talked and everything, and I left her a message when I was editing the video, and I was like, I looked at the video content, and I was like, I don't think I hit you one time in that video. So yeah, I let her know, and then because she mentioned in the video multiple times that she might not have died if I bit her when we were fighting the Diablos. So, and basically, yeah, that's basically her trying to say, hey, no, he didn't kill me. So I guess if any of you guys were mad that I possibly might have killed her, or if you guys were mad at her for saying that I killed her when I basically didn't, because I was trying to when we were fighting the Diablos, I was kind of swerving around. If you guys look at the video, I was kind of trying to avoid biting her at all costs, while trying to avoid her bites at all costs. So that's basically kind of how I felt, what I was feeling at that time during that fight. I was trying to avoid biting her so that I didn't kill her, and then, yeah, so. Great comments, guys. I appreciate all of this. This is kind of like a first little experiment of me kind of talking to you guys in a more formal way. As you guys see, I'm playing Jurassic World Evolution, and if you guys haven't kind of figured that out, I do plan on adding that in the future. I haven't really figured out a way to execute on that. I played it when it first came out, and I played it for a good month straight, and then I left it alone for quite a while. I don't have the DLCs or anything for it, but I do really enjoy the game, and I do plan on adding that here very shortly. Basically, the gameplay you guys are seeing is me getting re-familiarized with the game, so then I don't have to look like a complete noob when I'm jumping in, even though I'm going to. So just kind of bear with me with that. And I do plan on adding more content in the future. As I mentioned, Beasts of Bermuda and Saurian are planned for the future. And the other game, Path of Titans, that is going to be, I hopefully can add that in the future. I did, like I said, I tried to get down on the beta testing, or alpha, beta, whatever. But yeah, the testing, so then I'll be able to get you guys content on that as soon as I am available, as soon as it's available and that I'm able to. And as for, you know, where I'm going with this channel, hopefully up, you know, hopefully I'm trying to progress forward with this. I don't plan on going anywhere in the future. So if you guys stick around and everything, I would really hope that you guys will. And yeah, it's been more than I can expect ever, you know, as far as, you know, this is I've already passed my yearly goal, so I have no idea, you know, where I'm going to land at the end of this year, you know. But thank you guys. This has been great. And I should have some content coming here within the next day or two. I'm trying to finish the Suko series, so look out for more on that. Seems like you guys have been enjoying that pretty well, and the finale should be pretty good. And yeah, so yeah, thank you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video.